Hello, in this video we will discuss about the hormonal control of digestion. So the hormonal control of digestion is the homeostatic formation. In this way the digestive system will work correctly due to the hormone production, and that hormone is known as the endocrine hormone as well as exocrine hormone. But the endocrine hormone will regulate the appetite and satiety also. But in this video we will just understand the generally overview. So this is the liver, and this is the stomach and gallbladder, and this is the duodenum. Duodenum is the small intestine when the food will enter first from the stomach to the small intestine. So this is the liver. Liver is basically the metabolic center, which that is the larger organ within the digestive system within the human body. So this is the duodenum, which that is part of the small intestine, contain lumen, and inside is the enterocytes or brush border cells are present, which that secrete enzyme also. So this is the esophagus, which that is the first entry of the food from the esophagus into the stomach. So the food will be after the mastication will become a bolus, and this bolus go into the stomach, and after this go into the stomach will digest and secrete enzyme to become a chyme, and that bolus convert into the chyme, and this chyme is semi-partially digested food, for example protein and amylose starch. So in this way, here is the pancreas. This pancreas basically is responsible for the exocrine secretion and endocrine secretion. For example, exocrine through pancreatic duct, which that is combined together with the gallbladder bile duct. So this is important for the digestion of fat and protein, and due to the pancreas we release the enzyme amylase, lipase, and trypsin and chymotrypsin for the digestion of fat, digestion of protein, and amylose or starch. So let's begin to understand the regulation and the inhibition and stimulation for the digestion through endocrine hormone production. So this is the wall of the duodenum when stretch. Due to the stretching of the wall of duodenum, we release the cholecystokinin, and this cholecystokinin is known as CCK, which that will directly target to the gallbladder for the constriction of gallbladder, and in this way the bile acid and bile pigment will release into the bile duct and collectively combine together, and the pancreas. This pancreas is basically the stimulate the pancreas combine together to produce enzyme for digestion of protein and fat. So this is the digestion in stomach will be inhibited through secretin and CCK production from the duodenum. On the other hand, the ghrelin also produced from the stomach wall, and ghrelin as well as leptin. So in this way we will not understand about the ghrelin, but you can understand the ghrelin is basically used for the regulation of appetite. So this is the stimulation of CCK to the pancreas to release amylase, lipase, and trypsin and chymotrypsin exocrinally go into the duodenum collectively through bladder duct, bile duct, for emulsification of fat through bile acid and bile pigment. On the other hand, here is the endocrine cell. This endocrine cell will release the gastrin into the blood circulatory system. After this stimulate to acid secretion more. So this is the positive feedback. While on the other hand, GLP and GIP will be released from the stomach wall for the releasing of the insulin and releasing and the appetite suppression. It is released from the enteroendocrine cell, GLP and GIP, which that will be trigger to the insulin production from the beta cell. But this is a bolus and chyme. Basically, the bolus will inhibit the chyme digestion, and in this the chyme will inhibit the bolus digestion. So in this way, this is the basically bolus. We go into the stomach and digest the stomach, digest the bolus into the stomach and go into the duodenum and inhibit the duodenum digestion when the stomach will work, and stomach when not work, so the chyme will move into the duodenum and the gallbladder will secrete CCK for digestion, protein and fat. So this is the pancreas. Pancreas CCK will target to the pancreas, will release the exocrine hormone, the amylase, lipase, trypsin and chymotrypsin, etc. So in this way, here is the chyme also stimulate the pancreas for exocrine hormone production. So remember, the GIP and GLP also target to the pancreas for secretion of insulin, and in this way the GIP and GLP are also the appetite inhibitor. But GIP is very important. Basically, the glucagon insulinotropic hormone basically release the glucagon for suppression of appetite during the fasted state. So this is the stomach which contain bolus and enter into the duodenum as a chyme and absorb the food in the form of free fatty acid, glucose and amino acid or protein. And in this way the insulin is secreted by this mechanism, the GIP and GLP pathway. The GLP will trigger and release from the stomach wall through enteroendocrine cell, and in this way target to the adipose tissue and peripheral tissue, bind with the insulin receptor to influx of the glucose as well as other protein in the peripheral tissue for storage, and when increase the storage into the adipose tissue is known as lipogenesis, and lipogenesis will trigger the leptin, and increase the leptin will target to the brain and regulate the energy expenditure. In this way the energy will increase and consume. But in this case, here is the liver. The brain will target through a parasympathetic nerve fiber, will trigger the glycogenesis and lipogenesis, while the glycogenolysis and lipolysis will be inhibited. On the other hand, the norepinephrine is also bound due to the sympathetic nervous system activation for the consumption of energy. So the cyclic AMP will trigger the UCP1 will trigger to produce more heat. So in this way, this is the hormonal control of digestion. Thanks for watching. Bye.